It's happening. We just got big news about the Avatar Aang movie. Paramount finally posted a trailer for the film and announced that it's now releasing on July 25th. They actually did it. They listened to the fans. And it's still on Paramount Plus.
Why do you feel the need to do that?
I already made a video about how Paramount botched the Avatar leak situation, and you guys can check that out. But this update is just another punch in the gut for the Avatar fandom. On one hand, the animators and compositors and artists and everyone who worked on this movie can finally have their work supported officially after so many hurdles over the years. And people who've been waiting for the official release don't have to wait until October anymore. But this decision, while it seems like good news, has bigger implications. Because it means that Paramount waited 2 weeks in advance to release any promotional content for what's supposed to be one of the most anticipated films of the year. If it was that anticipated, you guys would have marketed it like crazy. Not only that, but it shows that the leak did have an effect on the movie's release, since they moved it up by 3 months. And by the way, Paramount is well aware of the leak, despite trying their best to ignore it for so long. In a recent interview with Entertainment Weekly, Avatar co-creators Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko said that they were pretty disappointed and frustrated with the situation. They said, quote, "It's just one of those unfortunate things that occur in your careers, in your life, and that it's always a setback and disappointing." But they said that they were trying to make the best of it, and also said that they were working on more Avatar projects with Paramount. So that might be something to look forward to, and I really feel bad for the creators to see their franchise treated like this. But there's a problem with that. As long as Paramount and Nickelodeon are involved with Avatar, there's a risk that something like this could happen again. Even the upcoming show Seven Havens is under threat of leaking. What they fail to realize and learn from the situation is that everyone from the fans to even actors of the original show wanted this movie in theaters, even though people can easily pirate it. Doubling down on a streaming release that many fans can't or won't subscribe for isn't the right response to your movie leaking online. Because remember, Paramount, you canned the theatrical release since you're allergic to money and wanted to force people to use your streaming service, which just would
adjusting the seat, really?
Which just would have led to more piracy.
I remember when I was surrounded by pirates.
And then you jeopardize the streaming release by not properly securing the movie. I'm not a conspiracy theorist by any means. I usually believe there's a logical explanation behind decisions like this, as bad as they are. But at this point, I think they actively want to gut everything that made Avatar unique. It's sad because Avatar handled beautiful character arcs and heavy topics like war, genocide, and colonialism that, to this day, continue to impact the cultures that inspired the show. And as unfortunate as all this is, it makes sense that the franchise would go this way given who owns and funds Paramount. Look, I'm sure Avatar Aang will see a resurgence in popularity once it officially releases, and it'll top the streaming charts on Paramount Plus. By the way, if you, like millions of other people, already saw the movie, comment what you thought about it, maybe giving it a rating out of 10. But let's be real, Paramount is just dumping this movie as soon as possible so that they can move on. And you know what? I want to move on too. I want to move on from Paramount. Both Paramount and Nickelodeon have cannibalized this franchise and so many others before it, and their consolation prize is to give us an unnecessary live-action remake where Toph, who was born blind, knows how to write. Oh, and don't forget that
I'm Toph Bayfall, and I invented metal bending.
That's probably one of the less egregious parts of the show, but what's the point of it if it could never possibly top the original? Actually, to be fair, I don't think many Western shows could beat the OG. It genuinely might have been lightning in a bottle. Once again, my thoughts go out to all the creators involved in this project who had to see their efforts gutted after years of hard work. I hope they can find work under a studio that isn't as greedy as Nickelodeon or Paramount. And my response to this movie situation is to vote with your wallets. Don't support Paramount in their decisions, and if you still want to watch their projects, then there's other ways to do so. But are you guys hopeful for the Avatar Aang movie? Despite all the news about it, in my opinion, it still looks amazing. Let me know what you guys think, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates about Avatar and stuff in general. That's it for today. Take care.
That's rough, buddy.